What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Up and In Show. It is a solo episode today. I got the headphones in. I can hear my voice. It's the first time in a minute that I can hear myself in the headphones. So this is interesting, but it's a new format for me. I'm not on the purple couch. I'm actually in the back room of my shop right now. I actually missed last week. It was the first time that I missed a podcast recording in probably, I don't know, maybe 6 months. I was on a good trajectory and kind of felt disappointed. I've been traveling a lot and doing a lot of different things, a lot of moving parts with the businesses. And that's kind of what I want to take some time to just catch everybody up on. If you guys listen to this podcast, first and foremost, thank you guys. I appreciate the support. It means the world to me. This is something that I've been doing now for 4 years. And it's just something that I genuinely enjoy doing. It's something that brings me a lot of happiness. It allows me to connect with people. And to me, I'm documenting so many things throughout my life. I think as we evolve, we forget that all these things that we're putting out on the internet and out into the cloud and all that stuff is going to live forever. Our kids are going to be able to hear this. Our grandkids are going to be able to hear this. So to my future kids, hopefully they hear this. That's some cool stuff to think about and put in perspective. And it's a cool way for me to just kind of remember everything that I was going through and hopefully my life continues to evolve and be doing, bigger things on bigger scales. And this will be cool footage to kind of come back to and revisit and stuff. So again, appreciate the support. Thank you guys for subscribing, listening, downloading. I do make a little bit of money off this now, which is nice after 2 or 3 years. It's not a lot. It's, a couple grand here and there, but it is nice to kind of get rewarded for some of that stuff and some of the costs that I've put into this. So again, all those downloads, all those shares, the subscribing, it goes a long way. So appreciate you guys. But I have been traveling a lot, both on the personal side, but mainly on the business side. I did go and see my baby sister. Shout out to Ashley. I don't know if she listens to all the episodes. I know she used to, but she just had her first baby. That's my baby sister. If you guys are F45 members, you might remember her. She helped me out a lot. She lived in my house for about 6 months, 8 months when I first opened up F45. And then when COVID hit, she moved back with her husband. They had just got married and everything. And they just had their first baby. So Roman Angelo, I'm sorry, was born on September 1st. So I got to go see him 2 weeks ago, something like that. So I went out to Charlotte. My sister lives in Charlotte. I went out there Monday to Thursday to go visit him and spend some time. And that was a really cool trip. I got to spend some time with my mom and my sister. And if anybody knows me personally, my mom and I have had a little bit of ups and downs in our relationship in the last 5-6 years or so. But really we've been hella solid in the last year. And so it was really, really nice to kind of connect with my mom and sister and connect with some of that feminine energy in my life. And a lot of the women that a couple of the women that I really, really care about in this world. So it was nice to go back into that a little bit. And when I tell you, I'd never thought baby fever was a real thing. It fucking got me. I was holding that baby and I never wanted a baby ever in my whole life, but I think I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready, but I don't know if anybody's ever ready, but I am thinking about it, I guess, maybe for the first time. And I don't know, I don't want to say seriously because I don't have anybody that I'm crazy seriously seeing or dating or anything. So it would be nothing in the plans in the immediate future, but it was cool to actually feel like I could be a dad or I would be interested in that. 'Cause I don't know if I've ever felt like that. I always think I had aspirations and ideas that it would happen one day, but I don't think I ever actually felt it. So it was fun to be like, man, I think I could do this. And I think watching my baby sister be a mom and an adult and do different things. And even her husband, Rob, he's a fucking rock star and a badass. Just do their thing. It was awesome. So shout out and a lot of love to them and my mom and all that. And it was a great trip and great, always great to see the family and came back rejuvenated, which was great. The week before that, I got an opportunity to go up to Chicago, which was super dope. And again, it goes back to the podcast, starting things, putting yourself out there, putting yourself in the media world, I guess you could say, or the content world, however you want to talk about it. But really, I just feel like I'm talking about my story and sharing things and my experiences and trying to connect with other people to share their experiences to help other people learn. But I got approached by Barstool's Starting Nine podcast, which was awesome. So if you guys aren't familiar with it, Barstool Sports, I don't know how you wouldn't be familiar with Barstool, but in case you haven't, it started as a sports forum or blogging website back in the day, but it's really evolved into this own brand, sports gambling, betting, culture, attention, all these different things. So they just do a great job of capturing attention and using media to tell stories and connect with fans and just create light humor and all these different things. So it was a great time. I got to go up to Chicago. I love Chicago, and got to sit with Jake and Barstool Carl, and it was just and Barstool and White Sox Dave came on the show with us. It was I don't know. It was just one of those things you see on TV, or not on TV, on the phones, on social media and things. And to be involved in that was really, really cool for me. It was just a surreal moment in the sense of, people I appreciate and look up to, and they had mutual respect and admiration for me. And a funny story, Barstool Carl actually is a huge LSU fan by default. And I guess low key a little bit followed my career. It's funny. He played at the University of Illinois. So if anybody's listening that followed LSU baseball in 2009, that was one of my college baseball years. We won the national championship in 2009, and we only lost one series that year. So if you guys don't know baseball, in a series is 3 games. You play best out of 3. It's going on right now in the playoffs in Major League Baseball. Well, actually, no, it's probably best out of 5 now. But the wild card series was best out of 3. So the team that wins 2 games wins the series. That year, we only lost one series, and it was to the University of Illinois. They came down and they whooped our ass 2 out of 3 games early in the season, and we were number 1 in the country. So it was a big moment for them. They were excited, and anytime a northern school comes down and beats an SEC school, it's really memorable for them. It was a great experience. They had a great time at Alex Box and Baton Rouge. The fans, loved them, did their thing and all that. So after that, Barstool Carl was kind of their bullpen guy that was kind of nerdy and loved stats and things like that. So he followed us throughout the year and just kind of kept up with us. And I guess because, I was a Friday night pitcher, he would always check in on the box scores, and I had a good year that year. So he became, kind of, followed my career a little bit, which was, again, surreal to me. And knowing who he is now, and then getting to know his story was absolutely incredible. And so I think he's going to come on the podcast. We talked about that. So if you guys are again listeners and are here regularly, you'll hear from Carl and his story, and get to hear him tell his experience of being at LSU. So that'll be really cool. But Jake Arrieta was freaking awesome. It was fun to shoot the shit. He's perfect for that. He's a great mic voice. We talked about that a bunch. But we sat on set and we talked for 3 hours. We just drank beer. We talked everything under the sun. I'll try to find the clips and put it in the show notes here. So if you guys do want to go listen to it, it was awesome. It was fun. But if not, I'm on their social media thing. They cut up a bunch of clips from it and posted it out there, which was super fun for me. So I was doing that. I was up in Chicago and got to meet some people, took some business meetings here and there. But really what I've been doing lately is, putting a lot of time and effort into Cards and Culture and developing, that startup for us here. It's something that I'm hella passionate about, that I really enjoy doing every single day. It doesn't feel like work. It feels a lot like when I first started playing baseball, where it was just fun every day. It's almost like a game of, what are we going to learn today? What are we going to do today? Where are sales coming from? What are we going to flip? What are we going to buy? What opportunities are going to present themselves? And so Cards and Culture has just been endless fun for me. It's been endless stress as well. But I think that's part of being an entrepreneur and starting your own business. And it's been 2 years now, 3 years that I've been in this entrepreneur world, running, businesses, being involved in them, investing in them. So it's been a hell of a ride, but Cards and Culture is really taking that turn. And so I went to the industry summit this past week, which was hobby owners and businessmen and women around the collectibles industry meeting up in Vegas for a convention, which was super cool because I got to meet with a bunch of the Fanatics executives. And if you guys know anything about collectibles, and if you guys are in this space, Fanatics really has a strong arm, almost some would say a monopoly on the industry, from controlling, licenses and memorabilia and sportswear and gear. And they acquired recently, in the past year, they acquired Topps Trading Card Company. And they also obtained all those sports licenses for the players' associations amongst the 3 or 4 major sports. So they're going to be producing sports cards and memorabilia over the next, I don't even know, however long that contract is. But I think starting in 2023, 2024, somewhere around there, is one of the first leagues. So they're going to start making sports cards now. They own Topps, so Topps will still be producing sports cards, but it'll be cool because basketball and football will now be licensed Topps product, which we haven't seen. I would have to check the numbers, but it's been a minute since Panini. Panini doesn't have the baseball license, so Topps only has that. But Topps doesn't have NBA, so Panini only has NBA cards. So you could only get licensed NBA cards from Panini. So this is going to be cool that Fanatics is going to take this over and start their process of it. There's some talks about them acquiring Panini too, but that hasn't come to fruition yet. But that would be really interesting. And so I got to go out there and sit with them. We did a hobby owners roundtable fireside, 5 or 6 leading, hobby shops in the industry. And I think they did it, 20, 30, 40 different shops and stuff, throughout the week and stuff. But it was really cool because we got to sit there and talk with some of their executives and kind of give best practices and talk about what goes on in our shop and a lot of our experiences. And they're really, I really do believe, unless they're going to pull the chute on all of us and really take our legs out, which I just don't see happening, I really think they're going to do wonders for the hobby industry. I think they're going to bring so many new customers in, so many new client demographics and clientele. I'm excited to see what they do. And I think that they're going to leverage their athletes' connections and the athletes' vested interest in sports cards and memorabilia strategically, which is going to be great for the fan and the end user. And I think it's going to be great for the athletes too. I think they're going to make more money and they're going to see that there's an ecosystem that they can influence that will help, put money in their pockets and their family and that kind of stuff. And they can make money off their name, image, and likeness. And, I think that goes a long way for the athletes, and I think it'll be fun for them to develop that out. So I'm excited to see what Fanatics does and, listen to a lot of the fireside talks and all the different things that were going on, networking with so many people that are in my industry and doing things that I want to do or that have been doing it for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. It's pretty cool to see them and understand their book of business and how they got there and how they've evolved, if they're going to change their niches. So it's been a great experience for me. And one of the great things of going to all these things is you network and you meet people and you do different things. So I've been working my ass off trying to get better margins in here, not only for the business, we need better margins to survive and make money, but I want to give the best deals to the people of Louisiana. There's not too many hobby shops down here and collectibles shops with sports cards. So I want to be the best place that people can go to get the best deals, whether and have the best experience. I want them walking out the door wanting to come back or wanting to spend time here. So I got a great deal with Panini where I'm buying directly from them. I don't have to go through a distribution company anymore, which allows me to buy an incredibly vast amount of product, not only with the options that I have, but with the amount that I can buy, which is super nice. And it's been a hurdle that I've been going through over the last year and a half of working with distribution companies and DealerNet and all these different things to try to find boxes of cards that work for our demographic here and, can provide an affordable price point for our customer base. So I got that Panini deal. I also secured a Topps Direct deal. So we'll be buying Topps Direct, and then I'm working with Fanatics Authentics and their memorabilia team to complete that. So I'll be able to get just, again, everything at a wholesale price where at the end of the day, when you walk in the shop, we're going to have the best prices in town. So again, we're just really working for our customer base and trying to create that experience where everybody enjoys themselves and they want to come back and it's something that it's affordable and again, sustainable for the business and for the people that come through the door. So that's really exciting. And I think Fanatics is going to also facilitate so many more things where they're big on creating the fan experience, right? They're going to facilitate us with a lot of their exclusive athletes. For example, I'm not going to say this is going to happen, but this is what they're going to try to do with forward-thinking hobby shops. For example, they signed Joe Burrow to a exclusive memorabilia deal where Joe only signs with Fanatics at a Fanatics events, right? So what Fanatics is going to do now, knowing that they have a vested interest in the hobby and hobby shops to continue to thrive and grow, hobby shops and collectible shops that offer a positive, good experience, new age, modern experience are going to have opportunities to host these athletes at their shop for different experiences. Maybe Joe can come sign autographs at our shop or host a video game tournament, a Madden tournament. I think those are the things that Fanatics is going to bring to the table that's going to allow hobby shop owners and shops to flourish. And I think it's going to grow the hobby. I think we're just going to see so many new customers come in because Fanatics is going to figure out a way to capture their attention and keep them in the space. So I'm excited to see that going. And that's really what I've pulled from going to all these things in the last couple months. I went to the National in July, which was in New Jersey. We got to go up to New York and watch a Yankee game and see Aaron Judge hit a walk-off home run. We've just been riding the wave of all the good things that the hobby has to offer, where we get to live almost a dream almost every day in here, where, we meet great clientele. We have great customer experiences. We have great customers in general. We just enjoy our time here. I think one of the things here in Perkins Row in Baton Rouge is, we have a great demographic that walks through here, a ton of foot traffic. So even if people aren't interested in collectibles, just the people of Louisiana are just super nice that walk through the store and want to support you, and have probably heard of, LSU baseball and some of the names that come through there, come through the shop and everything. So it's been super cool. I'm excited to, see it grow and continue to watch it grow and, see where it goes. I had some really, really good talks with some potential strategic partners. And that's the thing that's really exciting to me, is if we can align with one or two people in the industry, I think we can take this to a couple major markets. And that's where things get really exciting for me as a business owner. I see this being in 4 or 5 major markets. And if we pull off that concept, and if we can get some other athletes on board and have owned and operated franchises, and in the major markets, I think it would be a cool thing for a VC firm to come in and kind of invest and take us to maybe 50 cities or 100 cities, or one day maybe even 200 cities, right? Or 200 locations or whatever. But again, that's long down the road, but that's what we're striving for. And things like securing these deals with Panini and Topps and getting these partnerships all increase our EV value, our enterprise value, where the book of business is continuing to grow. The partnerships and licenses are continuing to grow, and which means that we're going to get allocated product at better prices and continue to grow the business. As more customers come in and can afford the products, they're going to leave here with a positive experience. And as long as we can keep them happy, I think we're going to have a good thing rolling. So I'm excited to see cards and culture keep developing, and the industry to keep developing, the content to keep developing. It's going to be a really, really exciting fourth quarter, and then I'm excited to roll right into next year. So, and again, guys, if you're listening, I appreciate it. I know we do have a lot of F45 listeners here. So again, I do feel like I need to update everybody a little bit on that. I've stepped away from the business, over the last 6-8 months, a year, where I'm not as involved anymore. I still am an owner and have equity, same position that I did. I just don't spend as much time there. I still work out every single day. It's a huge part of my routine. I love the F45 family and the workouts and the product. I love our trainers. I love my business partners. It's just one of those things that I put a lot of time and effort into cards and culture, and it wasn't sustainable to keep it going at both ends. So I still love all my people there. I go there either at 7:15 or 8:30 every single morning. I love being in the atmosphere, the energy. So if you guys come to F45, please continue to support us. We have a great community and family there. If you guys haven't tried F45, you guys are in Baton Rouge and listening to this, we have 2 locations, one on Perkins and Bluebonnet. Bluebonnet and Highland over by Lit and Izzo's. And then we just opened up a second location in the Bocage area right across from Whole Foods, right off of Jefferson right there. So again, if you guys, want to try out a new fitness concept, it's a 45-minute functional movement workout. That's kind of what the F stands for. Functional 45 minutes. You're in and out the door literally in 45 minutes, probably doing about 38 minutes of actual work. Everything is pod and station based. So there's 3 TVs signaling the 3 pods that you'll be in. And then each pod has different stations and workout, weights and equipment and things like that, where you just go station to station. Sometimes you'll have a partner, sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll have people in your group, sometimes you won't. It just kind of switches every single day. So it keeps the body guessing, keeps the mind guessing. And again, we have a great community of people that come through there. I love our people there, and I love doing the things, the extra stuff, where we went to walk-ons last week and still involved in all that stuff. But F45 is integral in my life. So again, everybody that goes there, that supports us, that listens here, thank you guys. I can't thank you guys enough. As a business owner, obviously your money is hard earned, and for you guys to choose to spend it, with us at F45 and your time to be listening to these things, I truly am grateful and blessed. So if anybody does have questions, I do try to answer my DMs as much as I can, and that kind of stuff. We're going to try to put maybe some, like a fishbowl in F45, where we could put in some suggestions of things you guys would want us to talk about on the podcast. Cause I always have Carrie and Kristen on, usually about once a month, just kind of giving updates on F45 and what we're doing, new things, new workouts, tips, routines, all that stuff. So again, guys, appreciate y'all. Take it one day at a time. That's what I'm doing. good, bad, indifferent. We have our ups and downs. I have my ups and downs. Make sure you ride the waves. The lows are never as low. The highs are never as high. Try to stick in that middle way. Hope everybody is filled with love and peace and happiness. See you guys soon.